Hey guys, this is Henry8 and today I'm going to be showing you how to make an AQW plushie. I know my voice sounds kind of weird, it's a new microphone. But anyway, so we're going to need to create a new document and we're going to go to layer 1 and we're going to name it head. Now we're going to take our oval tool, O is the hotkey, and we're going to change our fill color to FFCC99, which is kind of a skin color, and of course our outline is going to be black, and we're going to make a circle. About that, that's good. I don't know why it's oval primitive. This keeps happening to me, but we're gonna make it with this. And again, we want to, here in the settings for the oval tool, we want object drawing mode. And now we're gonna use a normal cursor to bring out the bottom a little bit, make it look kind of a chin. That's pretty good. So now we're going to lock this layer and we're going to make another layer called right eye. And we're going to use Z, our zoom tool, to zoom up on this, and we're going to use our oval tool again to make an oval maybe about that size. And now we're going to make another smaller oval, maybe about that, and we're going to use Q, our free transform tool. Q is the hotkey, to position this, maybe resize it a little bit, about like that. Maybe make this a little bit thinner, move it over a little bit. There, that's pretty good. So now we're gonna modify, combine objects, union, and now we are going to use a gradient on this eye to make it a little more, bring a little bit more life into it. So we're gonna go over to color, the color window, and we're gonna, by the way, I'm using designer mode here, and we're gonna go here into the color panel, and we're gonna choose linear gradient. Now first of all, we need to choose the color. So I'm gonna go back to solid color, and I'm gonna pick what I want the dark color in my eye to be. Let's make it 666666. And now I'm gonna click down here, and I'm gonna select it, copy. Now I'm gonna go back to linear gradient, and I'm gonna paste. I'm gonna select this little pointer here, and I'm gonna paste this value in. Now for my lighter color, I'm gonna go back to solid color. I'm gonna select 99999, and I'm gonna go back to the linear gradient, and I'm actually going to click on the lighter color, which is currently white, and I'm gonna paste this back in here. Oops, I don't know why I did this. I went through the first couple minutes of this, and I didn't want to look like a fool, so I reminded myself not to do that and to actually copy it. And you know, what are you gonna do? So now I'm gonna go back and select what was the light color, and I'm gonna paste this value in here. That's good. And now I don't like the way this is inside my eye. I want to change the way it's oriented, so I'm going to click on my paint bucket tool and make sure your lock fill is off so I can do something like this. And I just want to get the light at the bottom, right, and the dark at the top. Let's just get something good here. Okay, maybe I want to make my dark a little bit darker, so I'm going to go over here. I think I'll go back and make it a little bit darker. Maybe this is a little bit better, so it shows more. And I'm gonna paste that value in here, and I'm gonna use my paint bucket tool again to just get that. That's a nice gradient. Now I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna take my lighter color, which was 99999, if you will remember. And I'm going to paste that in this little oval up here. And then I'm going to use my E hotkey, erase tool. I'm going to set up here in the presets to faucet. And then I'm going to erase the outline on that oval, so we get kind of a highlight in the eye. And this is going to be about what my eye looks like. It's kind of a little bit big here, a little bit anime. That's not really what I'm going for. So I'm going to shrink it down a little bit, you know, maybe a bit more like that. I'm going to position it like that. And this is again my right eye layer, and I'm going to create another layer, my left eye layer, up in the layers panel, insert layer. It doesn't really matter. The eyes both have to be above the head layer, but it doesn't matter which eye layer is above the other one. And we're going to call this left, left eye. And we're going to just go to this layer, and we're going to copy this eye, and we're going to go back to this layer, lock the right eye layer, and we're going to paste it in and position it about right there. Okay, so now we've got the eyes and the head, and above this layer, in our plushie base, remember we need to make a base before we can design each individual plushie. We're not gonna have hair, but we will need a hair layer for when we're making our actual plushie, unless we're making a bald one. But we're just gonna put that in there for just in case. I mean, I love bald plushies and all, but this is what we're gonna do. That was a little bit awkward, and I'm not gonna go and edit that sentence back out because that I'm too lazy for that. So I'm gonna position that about so it's about even on each side. Maybe make it a little bit wider. We want a little bit of shoulder room for each side. Let's see how that works. That looks pretty good. Maybe make it a little bit longer. Go to my transform panel. I'm just gonna drag that out. Maybe a little bit less. Let's just resize it with our free transform. Pretty good, pretty good. Let's move this around here, position it with my arrow keys. And now I'm gonna hide the head layer. See right here, I'm gonna click this button to hide the head layer. And now I'm gonna click A to A to select this and see the points of access. I'm going to put P tool and this, which is the pen tool, to add another point to this line, and there should be a plus. I'm going to position it over the line about a quarter of the way down, and there should be a plus. You should see a little plus next to the pen, and then I'm going to click and add 1 point, and I'm going to click about 1/4 along the other side of the line, and I'm going to add, I'm going to add another point. And now I'm going to go back to my normal selection tool with my V tool, and I'm going to go here until I see that triangle next to my pointer, and I'm going to pull up there about that much, and then I'm going to pull up on the other point too. Get these about even. I don't know why it doesn't want to be even. It just doesn't. That's pretty good. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. That's pretty good. It doesn't, as I said, doesn't have to be perfect. I'll drag this out a little so it's a little bit closer to that side. Then I'll round out the sides a little bit by dragging with my free my normal cursor. God, this is the first time I've done a tutorial using microphone, which is pretty obvious based on my my finesse. Maybe make this a little bit sharper. We don't want something too sharp, but we don't want something too rounded. That's pretty good. So now we're gonna unhide the head layer, maybe reposition the body a little bit. That's pretty good. Now we're gonna round out the bottom of the body and pull up and in on the sides to make something a little curved, so he's not too square. Maybe make it a little bit shorter. And there we've got our body. Now, depending on what clothing you put over this body, you're gonna have a different shade based on the shadows of the head on the body. So I'm not gonna color that in right now. And we're just gonna call this body, B-O-D-Y, and then we're gonna lock this layer, and we're gonna insert 2 layers, and we're gonna select both of them and move them under the body. And let's just lock layer 6 right now, and we're gonna call layer 7 left foot. And now we're gonna go down here with our Z zoom tool, and we're gonna make kind of a foot. Let's start with an oval, maybe about like that. And now we're going to use our V, our selection tool, to kind of change, make it a little more irregular. maybe pull it out that way a little bit. Bring the toe in. That's looking good. So. Okay, that's pretty good. I might have to size it up a little bit, but now we're gonna zoom out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to size it up a little bit. Sorry if there's a change in volume, but I'm moving my mic around a little bit, getting in a little bit of a better position. Sorry about that. So I'm gonna size it up a little bit. You know, maybe use the transform window so I don't screw up the dimensions. Maybe 150% over here. There, that's pretty good. So now we're gonna take it and we're gonna position it so they're not exactly straight. Maybe turn it a little bit. There, like that. That's pretty good. Maybe a little bit more. And now on all feet, we want a standard shadowing. So we're gonna go up here with the Z tool. Oops, I used the bone tool and magnifying glass. Bone tool. I don't know where they get the M hotkey from. And now I'm gonna use my my line tool, and this little crosshair should appear. And I'm gonna click on this side of the foot and drag all the way down to here. And now I'm gonna bend it out. Now I'm just gonna put the line a little bit of better place. You know, you can always do it again. And then I'm gonna use this again too. And by the way, if you have like your line tool selected, you can just hold Control to get your selection tool temporarily. And that's we need to get the shading a little bit better, you know, just move it around a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty good. Maybe move it up a little bit. Okay, so I mean, I'm a little picky about the shading. It doesn't really have to be this perfect, or not really perfect. I suck at this. I hate the shading in the foot because it's like how you want it, you know. So I'm gonna combine objects union again. Now I'm just gonna indicate every time one half of this will be light and the same half will be dark every single time. So I'm gonna indicate that using a gray and a light. I'm just gonna use the same colors in the I333 for the dark, which would be up here, this portion. And then I'm gonna use the 999 for the light, and then I'm gonna use E, my eraser again, which should still be set to the faucet preset, and erase this line in the middle. Now I have no idea why the body, it shouldn't be showing through this. Where is the body? Is it in my body layer? Yes it is. That shouldn't happen. Wait, let's arrange. Bring to front. I don't know. Anyway, now that we've got this one foot, we need the other foot. So we're gonna go to the left foot layer. We're gonna unlock it. We're gonna copy this foot. Now we're going to right foot layer. And we're gonna call this layer right foot. I mean, I got a little bit ahead of myself. We're gonna paste the same foot in here. Now we're gonna use the transform window and type in -100%. And it should look like this. Now we're gonna use the free transform tool to straighten it out. Maybe make it pretty straight. Something like that. Make them about the same level. And actually, I'm gonna just fill in the body real quick here. I'm gonna use the eyedropper tool to get the color from the head, and then just paste it in here. And I know why I was getting that wrong. The left foot should actually be above the body layer. I don't know what I was thinking. Both feet should. So something like that. And actually, I'm just gonna take the color out of this body, you know. So let's just readjust the feet a little bit, you know. I keep doing that. And okay, that's pretty good. Maybe select both of them. Scale them down a little bit. Maybe 95%. I don't know. That's pretty good. So now I'm gonna click on this lock up here, which is lock or unlock all layers. It's quoted directly. I'm just gonna drag out this window a little so I can see all my layers. So it's looking pretty good now. Not all the time, but a lot of the time you're going to want to have shoulders. So we're gonna insert that, and that should be under the hair, over the body. So we're gonna call this left shoulder and right shoulder. Drag this out a little bit so I can see the full names. Where is that? Okay, never mind. That's a little bit. I'm not used to CS6, so now we're gonna insert a reference layer so we can look at what we're trying to model the plushie after without actually having to go back and forth between windows. So we're gonna double click on that, name it reference. That's good. Reference. And now you should always save your files, so save as plushie base. Save. And that should be all. Lock all the layers, save again, and I will continue this tutorial in another video. Thanks for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe. That was not a very good video. Okay, well, bye. Thanks for watching.